for tuning in to our network. Please enjoy. Sit back, relax, tune in, be entertained. And now, Game Point Sports Talk with an Edge.
Back to Game Point on the R Network. We here today, minus Robbie the Rocket Man. He on a occasion, vacation somewhere doing something. But I'm here with a couple more of the fellas. We got my man D-Dub Ellison to my right, the man who always has points to say. He's always right, never wrong.
I'm a Virgo.
And we got my man, Heads for Prez, the stat man, the guy who keeps us all in check and sometimes he even makes Mr. Ellison wrong. But we're gonna jump right into it, man. It's a Saturday, you know, and big things is going on. And first thing, foremost, on a sad note, we want to send our condolences to Cliff Robinson, one of the all-time man good guys in the NBA. He was great. He was a
great role player.
Yeah, great role player at this time, you know. And hey man, condolences to him and his family and
yes sir,
and the whole NBA fraternity. You know, he was one of those guys that was well liked by everybody.
Yeah, it definitely hurts to the basketball world. Cliff was like Uncle Tuss was discussing with us earlier. He was that guy who had an amazing mid range. You know what I'm saying? He would shoot your lights out. You can count on him in many ways, offensively, defensively, and just to be a good dude and have your back. So he seemed like he was a very good brother just to even be around offside and off the court. So like you said, condolences to the Robinson family and prayers to you and all of our NBA fathers in the basketball world.
No, I mean, in agreement with that, it's always sad when somebody dies. So.
You know what I mean? And to stay on a sad note, man, and we keep it here for a little second and let everybody have their comments. Man, on a sad note, Chadwick Boseman has passed away through colon cancer, I believe, and a 4-year battle, man. He lost his life yesterday. The star of Black Panther, star of Jackie Robinson, a guy who did a James Brown movie.
Yes, sir. Thurgood Marshall.
I'm passing the dub on this.
Oh man, it's a very, very sad day for the Black community as a whole. Chadwick meant a lot to he meant a lot to all of us in different ways. You know, my man has the Prez is 20 years old. I just turned 35. There was a 15-year difference, and he impacted both of us in the same way, just in different ways of life and shit like that. What's ironic about Chadwick dying is that, you know, as my man Goodknight just mentioned, he played Jackie Robinson, and he passed away yesterday, August 28th, on Jackie Robinson Day. Like, the shit that's been happening in 2020 just can't be written. He will be missed. He was a king, Wakanda forever. Blessings to that man.
Yeah, just like Dub said, for me, Chadwick Boseman was like, he was such like just a prominent, an iconic person, an iconic figure. Just like I'm talking about when you just did your guys' point about Jackie Robinson. I'm a little bit all over the place, but like just y'all's point about Jackie Robinson, they used to come in and like those are some of the things that we played. Those were one of the movies that we played during school during Black History Month for educational purposes.
It's crazy,
you know. And like just thinking about that, but not only that, I think the biggest impact for me, and it may sound crazy, but it was that Black Panther movie, and it was on like so many different levels to where, as a younger kid, and just like not even thinking about myself, but as like younger Black kids, they can see like I can be a superhero, and not just like any old superhero, but one of the coolest superheroes, and like having a positive black, figure like that. That's important, and fucking, it's just, I'm just, although like I said, I'm really torn about this one, man. Like I'm really torn about this one.
So man, let's pay our respect to these guys real quick, and let's have a small moment of silence before we go on with the show. For all the people who passed in 2020 and who passed at any time.
Man, Jacob, Kobe, many names, man. It's just a crazy fucking year, bro. Crazy year.
2020 has been a rough one, man, all the way around. And I mean, so we gonna get on today, man.
This is a sports show. We're gonna keep it moving.
We're gonna keep it moving.
The MLB, they done decided to get themselves a little bubble, right?
Yeah, MLB playoff bubble, man. It's a proposed playoff bubble that will be headed in Texas and California.
Okay.
One for each division. What do you guys think about that? You think it's a good thing, or it's gonna happen, or what?
Yeah, it's a good thing. Like I said, the NBA has paved the way right now. Everybody needs to take a major page from their book of what's going on, how they've handled COVID. Like, we still have not had one negative test, and we don't have players who done, lemon pepper Lou, you know what I'm saying? Prez done went out for some emergencies, and you've had guys with injuries like Sabonis who came out and then came back and still got put in quarantine and not a nothing. So the MLB is doing a good job, and I totally agree with it.
Yeah, I like it. I wish they would have took the precautionary steps before letting. I just wish they would have done the bubble before. I think it would have not caused a hiccup. But then I also understand just the problems of being like individual teams, individual owners, individual clubs, and just everything with baseball and how it could be different. But playoff baseball in a bubble. I love it. I love it. That's all I can say is I love it. It's going to be a great, like we've seen with the NBA, it's going to be all focused.
It's going to be a different type of energy.
It's going to be a different type of energy.
Yeah.
It's going to be some of the best sports we've seen. Regardless if anyone wants to say it, anybody wants to admit it, this restart has been some of the best basketball we've seen in recent years. And I'm talking about actual basketball and just talking about actual play of the game and how the speed of it and just everything is just a lot different. A lot of things more exciting, and I think that can, translate over into the MLB.
I think it's a good thing. You know what I'm saying? You follow what works. You do what the NBA did, and you just keep it moving. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You keep it moving. You do the right things. You see what works. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to all the people watching us, and we want you to like, share, comment, and do all those type of things. Interact with us so we can interact with y'all. And shout out to all the people who watch us every single show and every single week. Another big news. And I know it's not really current news, but Naomi Osaka, who was just surpassed in this past year, Serena Williams as the highest paid female athlete. She earned $37.4 million last year. In other news, what about her?
She recently had made a quote saying, "As a black woman, I feel as though there are much more important matters at hand that need immediate attention rather than sitting around people watching me play tennis." So she was on the fence on whether or not she was going to play in the next tournament, and breaking news this morning, she did decide to play. So how you feel about that?
Just like the NBA, and I kind of want to normalize this being brought with new information. It's okay to change your opinions. On our first show on Thursday, I said that I didn't like that the NBA where they're just taking one game off and they're just they needed some time. If you're gonna just take one game off, take all the games off. But once I really sat down, I really processed everything, and I seen that what they were doing, it made a lot more sense, and it made a lot more sense that for them to play, for them to do everything, they make more of an impact of what's going on around us, of them not to play. So I think it makes sense as long as they're doing it with a social justice standing beside them, just like what the NBA did, the voting and all that.
I mean,
Yeah.
I'm definitely, man, in agreement with you about a kind of a change in stance, but I'll get into that a little bit later. We're gonna talk about hey, it's big news, big things coming right now. 11 days away from the NFL start.
Is it 11?
11
So
days
what's that,
away.
next Thursday?
11
Yes,
days.
Thursday after next.
Yeah.
So it's 11 days away. You got the Texans versus the Chiefs. Thursday night football. We starting this thing up and we going. What y'all think about that?
Oh man, Deshaun Watson is going to miss D-Hop. I think we're gonna see that firsthand. It's gonna be early. It's gonna be obvious, and I think Patrick Mahomes is gonna put up 50. I got the Chiefs scoring 50.
Goddamn. I didn't really want you to go into the game.
I was just finna say.
Goddamn 50. I wanted you to go into the return in the NFL. Like
I don't.
I'm ready for it. You see how I dived into it. Was already.
It was kind of suspect that it might not start. You know, and they. But the NFL,
on that aspect, I never had no concern that the NFL wasn't going to start on time. It's the number one sports in the world. They've always been about their bottom line and their money. They generate probably the most money out of any sport. So I never thought they weren't going to start on time, ever.
Yeah, I'm still skeptical about the NFL. We were in a point in the summer where it was the hot and the virus wasn't susceptible. But now I'm kind of interested because this sport is played during the colder times where a virus is more likely to spread. And so, in the Hard Knocks gave us kind of like that inside look of what's going to be like and all the rigorous stuff. They got to wear bands and do all the contract tracing and stuff. But I want to know just like how long is that going to keep players and how like disciplined are players going to stay to that regimen, and how are they going to be able to stay 6 feet away at every practice? Because they buzz and stuff, but I'm skeptical about it. I don't think that we're going to get an entire NFL season.
I mean, if they started, I believe they're going to finish it. And speaking on quick thing before we move on. I mean, speaking on that COVID thing, shit was going on through the summer. Nobody really knows what's going on with that thing and how that thing progresses, how it hits you during the summer. Oh yeah, it's supposed to stop, doesn't survive.
Yeah, the high temperature, all that
shit's been hot all the goddamn summer, and shit's been spiking whenever it chose to be. But let's move on to the next. Big news, college football. Matter of fact, this is your thing.
Yeah.
The Big Ten is talking about a possible discussion about a possible restart in November.
Yep. So back in I want to say early I can't get the dates right. Back when college talks were beginning about the upcoming football season, what they're going to do with COVID, and we've seen a lot of different conferences. Initially, the Power 5 conferences, a lot of them said we're not going to play. Pac-12 said we're not going to play. Big Ten said we're not going to play. I think it was the ACC said that we're not going to play. Everybody everyone in that Power 5, in that Big 5 conference said they weren't going to play except the SEC and the ACC. My fault. So except the SEC and the ACC. And then you had teams wanting to leave their conferences to go and join the SEC because they were playing. And you had different teams wanting to leave different conferences. Then you had doctors and there's a whole bunch of stuff. And they initially decided that we're just going to postpone football all the way up until the spring. Well, what happened with that was a complete shit show. A bunch of parents, a bunch of players, a bunch of just football fanatic and fans completely took to the internet. They took to the streets. They took to the athletic directors' homes of some of these colleges and universities, and they literally said, we want to play. They went as far as suing. Some 8 Nebraska football players went as far as suing the universities because they could not play. And so because of that, there have been talks of considerations of the Big Ten bringing back football in the spring. No, not in the spring, as early as November, as late as January. So we could see college football at the end of Thanksgiving. Right there, yeah. So
around Thanksgiving.
So,
around Thanksgiving, do I think it's going to happen, Big Ten coming back? No, I don't think so.
You don't think so?
I don't think so. I mean, another point that you made, the Big Ten, is kind of tied with the Pac-12 and Rose Bowl, and you said what for the past 50 years?
Since 1949, they've been tied together. The Big Ten and the Pac-12.
Past 71 years. Past 71 years, Pac-12 or Pac-10 team has been playing a Big Ten team in the Rose Bowl. So it might be a shift, it might be a change.
Right.
All I can say is I don't think it's gonna happen, but I would like it to happen. I like college football,
and I think that it's also important for a lot of seniors that don't have that that can have a graduate transfer and they can play like that next year. It's important because if you're going in the spring, you're thinking about when the NFL draft starts. It starts in the spring. You don't have enough time to, and we don't know if the NFL is going to be able to work with colleges, but for these seniors, they want to play now, and it's only hurting their draft stock. So I can see with that point. But what do you think, Dub?
I don't think it's going to happen. It seemed like it's going to be a little too difficult for you to make this happen with all the separation between all the conferences and things like that. And what are the student athletes actually going to be playing for?
They can make money now. So now they can make money because the NCAA has changed that ruling where they can make money off their likeness.
They can make money off their likeness. But if you're gonna, my thing about this whole college thing going back, you're treating a lot of these colleges and universities are treating these students, these student athletes, not with the same way that they're treating their students. A lot of students are off campus and these type of things like that. If you're gonna treat it that way, pay the kids for playing, pay them to play, and that's my thing with it. Let them pay to play, pay them to play, and give them a more just that thing. But we just keep moving on. Anyway, we got NBA games.
Yes, sir.
Today. First game today at 1:30 Mountain Standard Time. We have Milwaukee versus Orlando.
Get your live score on that.
The second game, we got the Thunder versus the Rockets at 4:30. And the third game, and that's a very interesting series we're going to get into. We got a live score, right?
Yes, sir. 13-23, the Bucks are up. First quarter, 3 minutes in.
That's inevitable.
13-23.
And then we got the Lakers, Lakers versus the Blazers.
Yes, sir.
At 7 p.m. And that looks inevitable with Dame out of here.
Yeah, I've already been paid for one of my bets. That they ain't even finished the series out. So we all know that thing is over. Big Lynn, waiting on you, my brother. I'm waiting on you, Big Lynn.
No time for Dame time. And it's over. It's over. No time for
Dame time has been expired.
The NBA is resuming.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And it was been kind of froggy too. You want to get into that now? Or you want to wait till second quarter?
We'll wait till the second quarter. Man. Those are all the breaking news that we
had
for the first quarter. NBA resuming, and we taking a little break for
Thank
a quick
y'all for
second.
tuning
You know
in.
what I'm saying? Game point moving to the second quarter. See you in a sec. We back.
Like, share, comment.
back to Game Point on the R Network, man. I'm back here with the same fellas, you know what I'm saying? And it is the second quarter, and that's when we start to instill our will and keep it pushing. You know what I'm saying? The second quarter, we're going to discuss the NBA protest and other things about it. And after we're done discussing your initial thoughts, I have a question to pose for you guys.
Okay.
But we're going to go, just go on this protest, and then I'm just going to start with the question. What do you think the protest has accomplished?
It's too early to tell right now. The thing with protesters is, and just bear with me for a little bit. The thing with protesters is it takes time. And when I say time, I mean it could be decades, or it can be kind of intermediate. I believe on Friday was the anniversary of the "I Have a Dream" speech. I said back from 1963, which led to the Civil Rights Movement the very next year. So that didn't happen too far away, but it still took about a year. To see what had happened between that protest. Well, go ahead.
No, that protest was a protest that was going on long before that.
Big facts.
We're talking, but the dream. After that speech, you know what I'm saying? Then
big facts. So agreeing that it takes time.
Yeah, it takes time, but
it takes time.
My question more would pose to be what was the initial, not the initial, but the immediate impact. What was the immediate impact that you seen, that you felt that happened?
Man, the immediate impact that I felt was a negative response from our community. Like most people were saying, like it's not going to do anything. Who cares? It was the impact right now. It seems very negative. I'll just leave it like that.
Okay. So like my initial reactions when I first seen it, like I said, we did a take on it. I thought that I was one of those negative people. I was one of those black people that were being negative about our black people and our black athletes standing up for what they believe. But yeah, I definitely did not see it I didn't see it from any point of view but my own point of view. I was being very selfish. I wasn't thinking of the full, just broader picture. And so when it happened, I'm like, what's the point of not playing one game? Might as well just not play the whole season. And, it's weak. And it's just a bunch of stuff that I overlooked and I did not think about.
I'm gonna go with I also changed my view, and my view changed with the monetary impact and how it went from the networks to sponsors to these type of things. Everybody kind of felt that everybody kind of felt that trickle down effect from the money. And also another immediate impact that happened was when in the meeting with the players and the owners, the players solidified a commitment from every single owner to do more in every single state that a NBA team is housed. So that is also an immediate impact also. So
and some of those things are every NBA stadium is now going to be turned into a voting, a registered voting place.
Nice.
Which is big. I don't think
polling station.
That's the correct terminology. Every NBA stadium will be turned into a polling station.
Yeah, I think it's just been our community just don't know how to come together when the time is right. Like we never do, but at times like this, you would think will be the time where we fucking unite, and we are still divided. It's amazing. Like you got. You had the Greek Freak, who was the first to say, I'm not doing it. You know what I'm saying? He led the way for everybody in Milwaukee, and then Orlando followed, and everybody else followed. And then they have a second meeting where LeBron and Kawhi are the two most prominent players probably in the league right now, the two most prominent teams to win a chip right now, say that they vote to not go. They have a third meeting, like my man Head said earlier off camera. And in this meeting now, and then I want you to say your point about Udonis too, because that's very important. What happened in the second meeting with Udonis?
Udonis, he basically he called out LeBron, and he said, you are the face of this league, and what are you gonna do? And that's at the point when LeBron said, we're out of here. The Clippers followed suit. to your point, to your point real quick, when you said that we all need to come together, I'm definitely in agreement that we all should come together. But I don't think that we were divided in the fact that things need to get done and things need to get happen. We were divided in the fact that what this impact would be. Because because I'm, regardless of what I felt the impact was gonna be, I'm definitely gonna support whatever goes on.
Mm-hmm. I mean,
so
that's what I mean by that.
That's just my theory.
Yeah.
But I just because we don't all have the same views doesn't mean we're all not supporting the same cause.
I mean, well, that's what I mean by the division. Like, I'm sure all black people want the same thing right now, but we have to be on the same fucking train. Like, we can't take 4 or 5 different routes trying to get there. You know what I'm saying? That's how we gonna start colliding and crashing and shit like that. Well, I wanted you to mention that point about Udonis Haslem because in the third meeting, LeBron, it seemed like what you saying gave LeBron the confidence to stand up in the third meeting and saying, this is how we're going to make things happen. And the reports are that the players are basically looking at LeBron like he think he's supposed to be my daddy. Like, who is you? And then the whole internet, black community, was all on LeBron. Like, fuck LeBron. Yeah, who you think he is? Like, he ain't nobody. Like, seriously, everybody got big homies and little homies. You know what I'm saying? Like, even right now, man, my man Goodknight tell me some shit. Damo, Uncle Tuck's in the back, they the big homies. Man, they tell me some shit, I'm gonna follow suit. I'm not gonna keep on being the person when they say don't touch that aisle because it's the eye on the stove because it's hot. I'm not gonna be the person that keep touching and getting burned.
So let me so dude, so have you heard any quotations that came out of LeBron's mouth?
No, I haven't.
And I'm gonna give you one real quick. And one of the quotations are all the players that are beneath me.
Come on, man. Where's these sources? From where?
And beneath me was stated more than one time.
Did you hear this too, Hez?
I didn't hear that. I haven't. Yeah, where did you hear that from?
Because it makes no sense to me.
I don't know.
Any of y'all out there, all our viewers, does that make any sense to you?
ESPN, Stephen A. Smith.
What?
It was on First Take yesterday. It's there. It was said. So what are you? Do you think a person of LeBron's stature? The king wouldn't say these things like that.
No.
So we can go.
I don't believe it.
So we can get more into the Udonis Haslem thing because I was kind of trying to hold back. But Udonis Haslem was the one who was simply stated to everybody else in front of LeBron. So this is. You think this is my king? It's not his king. Or is this your king? No, you're not nobody's king.
He's a king, bro. He's a king, man. And he's paved the way. He's shown people. He's earned enough.
So the statement's beneath me.
Yeah, if he said that, then he needs to. Okay, boom. Hold up, real quick. Let's jump into keeping it a bando or shut the fuck up. So LeBron James has said.
Beneath me. Shut the fuck up.
If that was the case, LeBron needs to shut all the way the fuck up. But I don't believe it. I really don't believe it. I'm looking at Stephen A's Twitter feed right now, and I can't play it. He didn't type it. He posted a video of what he said, so I wish I can watch it. But I want to know if LeBron said that. This might be one of the most disappointing things I've ever heard in his career. Like all jokes aside,
man,
this is so beside.
Man,
well, I feel like LeBron.
Come on now, bro.
I've never heard LeBron say nothing like that.
Come on now, bro. Time out, man. That's what gave Jordan that edge, though, right? It was because Jordan would not give it. Jordan would be the one to tell them, y'all niggas is beneath me. And y'all are gonna listen to me because I'm the best player that the best player that NBA has seen.
And the world would love Jordan for that.
And so I think if that is true, and he did say that, good for LeBron. I think he's keeping it a band. It's about time the man starts showing some more cockiness. It's about time he starts showing some more bravado. I'm tired of the meekness from the nigga, especially from when you've done as much as LeBron has done. I'm tired of him being humble. Hey, you keeping it a band, my nigga.
Hey,
you know what? It a band.
First time ever in keeping the band and shut the fuck up. I am changing. Hez, you have convinced me.
He's the only way.
Yeah, right. LeBron is keeping in the bando, and people praise Jordan for doing that shit, and everybody's hating LeBron for the same. If he did say that.
If he did,
I'm with you, Hez. God damn it. Let's get back to the protest.
You guys don't believe the players have, right to take to Twitter and be upset about those type of statements from LeBron?
Everybody has the right to have their opinion.
I mean, but
and
you
that's
guys,
said about
but you guys agree with that statement, like, oh yeah, these guys are beneath you.
I wouldn't say it. I wouldn't say it, but I agree with. I don't have LeBron's frustration either of 17 years and people just shitting on. Like, so if he was at a frustrated point of state and was like, you know what, and for some reason said that shit, it's disrespectful. But like sometimes you gotta be disrespectful.
And even if it wasn't out of frustration, if LeBron said y'all are beneath me, who the fuck is who the fuck is gonna tell LeBron you're not? It can't be Udonis Haslam. Who the fuck is Udonis Haslam right now?
That was gonna kick LeBron's ass. That's who
come on,
he
man.
was gonna
Roll
kick
LeBron's back.
Come on,
For some chips.
He gonna kick his ass. You know, I never
couldn't carry his jock strap, man.
Smile on the court. He's gonna kick LeBron's ass.
Man, yeah, right. Udonis is not that player. He's a super joyful enforcer. But hold on. But back to the protest real quick, man. I want y'all's opinion on this. Well, not really an opinion. I want y'all to tell our viewers, black men, black women, either fathers, daughters, or mothers. Tell our viewers, what would you tell them on how, or even if you have an experience that you want to share, how would you tell them how to handle being pulled over by the police? Right now, if you had to have that conversation, what would you say to them?
I want to hear what Hez has to say.
Well, I don't know. And that's a situation I've thought about. I don't have kids, but I've always thought about
nieces, nephews, godchildren. Pretty sure.
Right. You know, no. This is the question I've thought about. The conversation I've thought about having my kids. It's going to be about education first and foremost, and understanding your laws, and that's just before getting pulled over. I think it's important and it's imperative, and the most important thing you can do is teach your kids the laws and what has to happen, just why you're getting pulled over and everything like that. But in the situation, I'm going to tell my kids, comply. Unfortunately, you have to do that, and we're just not in this. We're not in a situation. We're not in a system to where we have the right to just, outwardly speak how we feel. We're not in a situation, and we're not in a system to where we can. If we feel like, we're getting pulled over for discrimination, we don't have that right and we don't have that leverage to speak upon that. Mm-hmm. And so I would tell my kids in most, just unfulfilling way, comply so that you don't die. Because to me, I don't want to lose my kids,
I mean, from a person who's been pulled over probably well over 100 times in my life, and I would say 90% of the time were for reasons, racial profiling, driving while black, whatever you choose to call it, being a young man in a certain type of car in a certain area. Mm-hmm. And what I would do is what I would tell my children and what I would advise everybody, like Head says, is comply. Don't be the guy that know your rights, but don't be the guy that sits there and starts to state your rights and this is my right and this is this and this, because that starts getting to an agitation. Mm-hmm. And you got to play on these cops' fear, because once they get a little bit of fear, then that's when all this shit starts going down. Right. That's when the shooting starts. I mean, not even all the time, because I don't understand how you could be running and the person is in fear and makes you...
And you get shot in the back.
I guess he's fearing that he's not going to catch him when he starts running or something. Yeah. I don't know. But you have to, like he says, I wouldn't comply is a word. Comply is a real strong word, but I will not be aggressive. I will ask the officer why am I being pulled over? So you have to have some type of conversation with them also. Mm-hmm. I've been on the other side when, hey, what the fuck you pulling me over and yada yada yada, and shit got kind of funky. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So just be cool, handle your business, and if you're right, you're gonna get the fuck up out of there and handle your thing, and go on with the rest of your day. Mm-hmm. But
I'm gonna say I'm in agreement with the both of y'all as far as the word of compliance. Mm-hmm. About a year and a half ago, I was the lead host of Randy Camille, What's Up Big Ring, Heat Live, The Real Talk Sundays. And, I can't remember which death it was, man. It's so many every fucking year, but one of the deaths had happened, and I had a very unpopular take where I had said, we just need to fucking comply. Like all the extra shit needs to stop. And people killed me. Like, so what it was? No, I'm not saying that anybody deserved to be hurt, killed, choked. You know what I'm saying? None of that. What I'm saying is, at this point, these fucking cops are murderers, right? So if they woke up that morning to murder us for whatever reason, there's nothing we can do about that. But the compliance is so important because of all these cameras that are watching.
Yeah.
When it is caught on camera, if we comply and they still choose to be murderers, we have a case. So we can put these motherfuckers away. If we don't comply, we give them every reason to be like, well, look, he was doing this. He was resisting no matter what was going on before the camera started or even after it. If we comply, at least we build a bigger case to get these racist murderers off the street. Because then they'll be done killed us for no reason.
Let me go into this. Let me go back into this real quick. I feel what you're saying, but they're never justified in killing us for any unless their life is in danger. And you brought that somebody brought that up
About the Supreme Court. Yeah.
But let's go to the fact of these cops so-called living in fear.
Mm-hmm.
They living in fear of us because of our skin color. And I don't know why they are, when we should be the ones basically living in fear. Because we're the ones getting shot, we're the ones getting beat up, we're the ones that's been going through this shit for years. So I don't understand how a person can be on top and focus on fear. But as going back on the complying thing, it's complying to a certain point. Mm-hmm. Now I'm always gonna be a man about mine. I'm not just gonna sit here and let you do whatever the fuck you want to do. Talk to me the way you want to talk to me. I am gonna be a man about mine because I am a man just like you. And and if it goes to that point, it might have to go to that point.
You don't want to tell your kids that though. You don't want to tell your kids that. And that, for me personally, I don't say you don't want to tell your kids, but I don't want to tell my kids that. For me, I'm thinking about I want my kids to come home at the end of the day, and regardless of how the situation is. If the best way for you to come home is to listen to what the officer is saying at that point in time, even if it's not right, even if we can build a case afterwards. We just like you said, we can get a case, we can get a lawyer, we can do what we need to do. But if you're dead, you take something away from me that I can't.
Christ.
You know what I'm saying? That I can't.
Just to piggyback everything you just said, what I would tell you as your friend, as my brother, all I want you to do is come home.
Yeah.
Good night. If you have to take him belittling you and shaming you on the street, fine, come home and we will build a case. We will make something happen. All I want you is to come home, brother. If I can't do nothing with a dead good night.
You guys talking about building a case. You talk about Breonna Taylor. There's no case yet open. Mm-hmm. You talk about the history of all these killings that are going on, that there are hardly any cases or any cops brought to justice. So do you think that my simple argument of being mistreated by being pulled over is going to be statue of building a case when people have been murdered live on TV and there's still cases that are not being brought up?
I agree.
That's my only thing.
I don't. But I've never ever liked saying justice for Breonna Taylor. Regardless of how the situation is, I would much rather have a situation where Breonna Taylor came back and sued the cops for coming in and breaking down her door for an unlawful warrant.
Even if she lost that case.
Even if she lost the case,
here.
she's here. The fact that she lost her life for sleeping. You feel me?
No,
it's just like you have to be the utmost. It's just in the situation that my kids, I see my kids being in. I want them to come home, and I'm not gonna tell my kids, you gotta be a man. Of course they're gonna know how to be a man and what to do right and wrong. But in a situation to where it's another person that controls your life, another person that they like. Literally has control in their hands, like this and that.
That person controls that situation.
Yeah,
and we all have different views on it. And I'm not gonna tell my kid to do anything aggressive.
Right.
But I'm not gonna want my kid to be belittled and say I'm gonna accept this. You know what I'm saying? I don't want him to be able to, I don't want him to have to accept
It's understandable.
that. You know what I'm saying? I
don't understand that at all.
I lived that life.
I don't understand
I lived
it at
that
all.
life of accepting this type of things, and I feel fucked up for it sometimes. You know, I feel fucked up for it sometimes.
We're black men, and we have to take L's every day. I know we got to move on, but we take L's every day. I take L's from my kids, my wife. You know what I'm saying? My boss. We have to suck shit up. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna let no cop. I don't care what he has. He can call me all kind of niggers. I'm not gonna step out of my pocket. You know what I'm saying? Give this man a reason to kill me. If he's gonna be a murderer and kill me by me complying with my hands up on the steering wheel, looking terrified, then so be it. Maybe, hopefully, the case will be shown where this nigga wasn't doing nothing but complaining. He still killed him, and that murderous motherfucker will be off the street. Instead of me even doing anything like getting aggressive, lasting. This might be very, very fucking unpopular, but look, I don't believe. I know we gotta move on, Tux. I don't believe Jacob will be shot right now if he didn't aggressively go to his car and open the door. Whatever happened before the camera cut off, if he would have not did that, I don't believe the man would have been shot 7 times in his back.
I mean, quick. I mean, to your statement, that's everything that's going on in a perfect world. In a perfect world, that's what we want. But as you've seen and as you've known and you've heard many stories about black men, black women, brown men have done absolutely nothing and been the victim of an overzealous cop.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So let's just know that it still happens.
It happens.
Regardless.
I agree with you.
But I mean, it's not the fact that, you know, I don't agree with you. I mean, I'm not disagreeing with you, but I just have a different little stance about going. I mean, and it's all about survival at the end of the day. I'm with you on that. It's all about survival, coming home,
and pride and ego will kill us sometimes, brother.
And living your life.
Pride is the 7th most deadly sin.
But we all gotta learn how to talk. We all gotta learn how to talk and make your points in the correct way. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
And that's my way of saying being a man. I'm not gonna come off aggressive, but I am gonna come off knowledgeable.
You can do that intelligently.
You know
yes, sir.
You can
do that intelligently.
And try to do it the right way to the best of my ability.
Yes, sir. I totally agree with that.
And that's the way I am. I'm not
totally
gonna be an aggressive guy and try to end up shot. So, like we say, the NBA is resuming today. We got 3 games, and we're going to talk about this Milwaukee versus Orlando game real quick because we are a sports show, and we're going to keep going.
We got live scores?
Of the Milwaukee game?
Yes, sir.
It's looking at it's halftime. No, second quarter. 6 minutes in, Orlando 33, Milwaukee 44.
And what is that? 3-1, right?
Yeah, it's looking like it's just about over with.
That's gonna be a gentleman's sweep.
Orlando keeping it close for the final game. You know, you're supposed to play hard and do what you can do to stay in.
The only team at home, like Head said.
Goodknight said that. I didn't say that. Goodknight said that.
The only team at home.
They are the true home team.
The only home team
that will be leaving and going to their
yeah, right. They get go down the block.
That's a simple one. We all kind of picked Milwaukee today to move on, right?
Facts, big facts.
Okay, so we can go. So let's go
plus 10.
Plus 10.
Plus 10.
I'll go plus 10 too. We'll go. Let's go into this Blazer series real quick before we go into this next series. Which Lakers Blazers?
Yeah, that's a quickie.
Is the last game. It looks like that series might be open. No Dame.
Is it still no Dame?
Yeah, he's out.
He's out the bubble.
Indefinitely.
I think somebody told me he might have left the bubble, but I didn't see it.
He's on Instagram dancing.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
He's on Instagram dancing. You didn't see that video?
No.
That's the video. Dame. He's like, he dance, he jugging.
At the crib, huh?
At the crib. No, he's at like a club or something. Last night.
Oh, word?
Last night.
Oh, man.
That nigga, he started his vacation early.
Man.
He said he didn't want to play in the bubble.
Yeah, it's alright.
Dame, I'm losing.
3 days ago. I'm sorry. 3 days ago.
Oh, look at him. Oh, it looked like that knee's fine to me. It looked like the knee's fine to me.
That nigga was jugging, boy.
Oh, but
yeah, it's over.
It's over. That series is over. What you got? I mean, I got Lakers beating them by 15 tonight, man.
I got Lakers plus 10. I got Lakers plus 10.
Damn, man, that is so. I was really hoping for that series too. Lakers plus 50.
Plus 50.
So we're gonna go to this more interesting game. You got the Thunder and the Rockets. It's tied up 2-2.
2-2-2.
Rockets came out storming, winning 2 games. The Thunder come back, win 2 in a row. Tied up. Chris Paul playing like one of the best point guards of all time,
Man.
willing his team to victories and doing their thing. We got Houston playing minus Westbrook and looking like they can barely hold on.
No. Westbrook is back.
He's suiting up today.
He's suiting up
what
today,
I'm saying,
yeah.
he was minus Westbrook.
Okay, yeah, I get what you're saying. Yeah,
in those past games.
my fault. Yeah,
And looking like Houston of old, who can't finish a team off or finish a series. So it's like, what do you think this addition of Westbrook's gonna do? Who you think gonna win this series?
Woo! I think Westbrook coming back is gonna be too much. It's gonna be too much. That's really much. I only thing I really got to say about that shit. Once Westbrook comes back, it's gonna be.
So you got Houston.
I don't see nobody guarding Westbrook.
So you got Houston going on.
Yeah, I think Houston's gonna win next too.
All right, what you got going on there?
man. I'm really thinking that momentum and energy is a hell of a drug. I think if OKC can ride this momentum, this 2-game winning momentum, they can. Truly, I think they can win this game because Westbrook has not played in the game since the regular season. He hasn't played in the game since then, so Westbrook's gonna come back and he's gonna be rusty. I mean, that's just a given unless he comes back robotic. But I truly see OKC winning this game by 2.
Let me ask y'all a question quick
By
about this
2.
series, because the CP3 Russell Westbrook is an interesting dynamic. You know what I'm saying? Because of the trade. And then the fact that I don't know if y'all heard about MJ, the role that he played in the last meeting, and how he was in talks with Chris Paul and Russell, obviously being 2 guys from the Jordan brand.
Right.
If the protests, will it affect the momentum that she was just talking about for OKC?
I think for sure for Chris Paul, and as Chris Paul is, he's always been a people. Like a people person, so he's always been like the people's champ. And Chris Paul, State Farm guy, you know what I mean? Like he's a family dude, and so with that, I think that he's playing with how do I say it? Like a chip on your shoulder, but like I'm carrying this with me. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you're a part of that NBA PA and you're head of the Players Association, he's playing more of like I gotta hoop. Right. Like we're hooping. Like we told everybody that. We're playing these games, right? We're playing these games. Yeah. I have to hoop, and so just knowing all that stuff and like everything, knowing with that, and seeing the way he played in game 4, yeah,
great leader in the Players Union. I'm gonna pick Houston in 6, and
so the next 2 as well.
The next 2, right?
Houston in 6, and I think, like I told you last time, I think that Carlton might be showing up in the next 2 games.
Hey, you did. You said they after game 3. OKC won game 4. He said the real Chris Paul about to show up, fucking some shit up.
I'll go. I mean, we can go touch on some the Sundays games real quick.
It's just one Sunday game.
One Sunday game was
second round.
The Denver.
No, the Boston and Toronto.
Boston, Toronto. We touch on that real quick.
Oh no, my bad. I'm tripping. It's 3 games. It's 3 games. Yeah, it's Boston, Toronto, but it's only one second round game. It's the Boston, Toronto game. Los Angeles Clippers, Dallas, and Denver, Utah.
All right, I mean, what you guys got? Let's save Denver, Utah for last. Let's go with the brand new series, Boston versus Toronto.
On Sunday,
I got Toronto in game 1. I got Toronto game 1 by 7.
With Kyle Lowry being out,
he's
out. He's hurt with an injury. He's not playing in game 1. Celtics are definitely going to win that. Kyle Lowry is an X factor in that series. I think it's actually 2 X factors in that series: Jason Tatum and it's Kyle Lowry. Kyle Lowry's not playing on Sunday, so Boston's gonna win that one by 10.
I changed my pick. With Lowry not being out. I got Boston by 7.
Oh shit! I got Boston by 10, man. Taking control of this series. Yeah. I think Boston's a little too much for Toronto. Pascal Siakam is not gonna be that true star that he needs to be, and I got Boston winning that first game, and I got Boston winning that series.
Cool.
I got Boston winning that series 4-2 in 6 games.
I still got Toronto winning that series. Overall, Toronto's a better team. They're more experienced. I mean, this is the world champions, and they're missing
Big facts.
2 players.
What do you got? Toronto.
For Kawhi and Danny.
Yeah,
Toronto on what?
I got Toronto in 6.
Ooh. Oh yeah.
What you got?
They're
What
gonna
you got
win
over
game
here? I mean, Doug.
I got Toronto 7.
I think
All right.
yeah.
I mean, I got this written down so you guys can't go back and start changing your picks. You know what I'm saying? So we got the Clippers in Dallas. You know what I'm saying? We got the man Luka with the great comeback. In Game 4 to tie the series, and the Clippers put the foot on. Let me stop saying that. The Clippers beat the brakes off them the next game. I see more of that coming. I think the Clippers will win on Sunday, finish out that series, and get ready for the next round. I think the Clippers are just a little bit too much with a hurting Luka and a Porzingis being out.
Yeah.
Yeah, the torn meniscus is big time for Dallas with KP being out. It's not really shit else they can do. Like, they found a way to beat up Luka. Like, they're really swarming him, to double him. They're putting him on the ground multiple times, and they have the dogs over there to make it happen and wear him out. Even if I can see Luka having a 30-point triple-double and them still getting blew out.
Yeah, and he's questionable for Game 6, by the way. So.
Oh yeah.
And if that trend continues, we're pretty sure that series is over with. But yeah, I'm with y'all. I'm gonna follow y'all. A healthy Luka, healthy KP, different story. But
Big facts.
nah, I think that they're gonna close it out.
They're gonna need Seth Curry and them to go dummy for some shit that happened.
And, I mean, I got a quick little tidbit on the Boston Toronto series. Toronto's not gonna win it. I just see Boston, but your boy Kyle Lowry is probable. Does that switch you all the way again?
Well, if Kyle Lowry plays, I got Toronto 9.
Okay, all right. I got you. We'll take that. We'll move to more of a local series right now. We got Denver and the Utah Jazz.
Nah, 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 nah. Hey.
With the Jazz leading 3-2.
Y'all out of here, man.
Denver winning the last game. First time they held them under 120 points during the series. Denver may have found their defense. So you say it's a wrap?
It's a wrap.
What do you say, Ez?
I need y'all to win though to support my theory all the way for in 7.
You have had the best pick so far.
So, like I said, Jamal Murray, what is that? He is the X factor, and he's on the IR. He's out.
What?
Him and Gary Harris. I'm looking at it right now. Jamal Murray and Gary Harris are out. Don't know why. That was his status as of 4 days ago. I haven't heard back since.
I haven't even heard that reported.
So I'm looking at it. It says injury report. Jamal Murray status out.
What?
Gary Harris out.
What?
So
It's a wrap.
yeah,
That's a wrap.
man. Without Jamal, I don't think we're gonna be able to do much. I don't think Jokic has enough in him to. He just don't. So yeah, I see the Nuggets. I mean, see the Jazz
to take over and do a 50-point game or something like
Nuggets
that.
in 7. Monte Ellis become the beast that he's been waiting to become. And
Monte Morris.
Monte Morris. My bad.
Nah,
You don't want
man.
Monte Ellis.
I'll take Monte Ellis right
Nah,
now.
man.
You don't want that guy. He'll be jacking up all kind of unofficial shots for you.
Monte Morris is going to become the beast that he's always wanted to be. That's tough, man. If Jamal Murray's out, man, I haven't heard it, haven't seen it anywhere. It's like something brand new to me. But if Jamal Murray's still out, man, I'm still going to go with a home. I'm the home team, you know what I'm saying? My money's on the Nuggets, so why would
You got to be objective.
Why would I go anywhere else? It's going to be tougher without
Got to
Jamal
be
Murray.
objective.
That's my
It's
objective.
gonna
It's
be
going to be
worse.
tough.
It's gonna be super tough.
You tell me AD is out. Well, no, with LeBron, we still got a chance. I ain't gonna lie.
And it's halftime at it's halftime. The score is 50-67.
And it's halftime in that game, and you know what? It's halftime here on Game Point. Here on the R Network, man. We see you in the third quarter after we take some drinks, refresh, get back to the game, come with a new
Got
game.
some football
plan.
for y'all.
We're talking the NFL next.
don't know, but it's
Welcome back
it's
to the
listed.
R Network. Game Point is on hand right now on Saturday. It is the third quarter, and like we said, man, we left you with a teaser. We're talking NFL, and we're going to NFL. Today, we are going to give our over-unders on all teams' records. On all teams' records this year. So, I mean, first of all, do y'all think it's going to be a good season? I mean, what y'all think the season going to be like? Heads, you don't think we're going to finish it?
If we get to have a season, a complete season, without postponing games and stuff like that, I think it's going to be a great season. I think people are really excited to play. I think that they are we're just really I think it's going to be great if we can play.
I think this is gonna give us finally give us a little sense of normalcy around here, man.
Yeah.
I think the NFL's. I just can't wait, man. I can't wait for the NFL right now. Like, I'm excited, man. I'm excited. So we're gonna go with the over-unders, and we're gonna start with the teams with the highest and go to the lowest. So first up, we got the Kansas City Chiefs, 11.5 wins. I'm gonna go with the over on that.
Yeah, big facts over.
Over.
We all in agreement on that. That one was real quick. Baltimore Ravens, 11.5 wins. Are we going over and under? I will go over.
I'm going with the under with that one actually. I just got a hot take with Big Ben coming back in that conference with a loaded Cleveland Browns team. That North is not nothing to play around with, and I do not think that Lamar is going to be able to win 11 games. I think he's going to be able to win 10. I don't think 11. I think that Pittsburgh is going to give him problems because, as we know, Pittsburgh was literally one player away from being a not only a playoff team, but like a championship contender team. So, just for that reason, I'm going to have to disagree and go under.
I'm gonna have to say I agree with Hez. I'm gonna go under with that. That division, like he said, is gonna be crazy. The Pittsburgh Steelers will have a full season of being rid of AB and what was the boy? The baddest running back.
Le'Veon Bell.
Yeah, Le'Veon Bell is gone. Big Ben is gonna be back. So like you said, Pittsburgh's gonna be making a good push. People are gonna be sleeping on Joe Burrow and AJ Green. You know what I'm saying? AJ Green coming back off an injury, so I'm gonna go with under.
Just quick comment ahead. The baked potato can be loaded, but it doesn't mean it's any good. We're gonna go with San Francisco 49ers at 10.5 wins. Are we going with the over, under? I'm gonna go under.
Ooh.
Go ahead, Hez.
I'm gonna go under too. I'm gonna agree with you. I'm just going to under. What about you?
49ers at 10.5. I'm gonna go under. Man. I'm thinking 10.
Yeah, I mean, and the reason why I'm going under on that one is that division is also stacked.
Yeah, it is.
Stacked.
Russell ain't playing.
Yeah, Russell wants to get back, and they're just a season away from going 4-12. So I want to see if they're real winners. You know what I'm saying? And I ride with Kyle Shanahan. Should be the coach here, but we all went under for various reasons.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna go with the New Orleans Saints at 10.
Under. I'm gonna go under too. Just because that division is probably the hardest division in all of football to win, with Tampa Bay, with the Carolina Panthers, Atlanta. 10 wins. They're going under. That's under. I think Tampa Bay is too much for them. I think Atlanta's gonna be too much for them, and that's gonna be enough right there to get them underneath 10 wins. So I'm taking the under on that one.
I'm going with my heart on this. My head says over, but I'm gonna go with my heart because my Atlanta Falcons is in that goddamn division, and for us to do anything, the Saints can't be winning. They can't have 10 wins. You know what I'm saying? It's not gonna be any good for us because I feel like Tampa Bay is gonna have a lot to say about winning that division over the Saints this year. So I'm gonna say under.
You killed me with objectivity. But it's okay. It's okay. You gotta ride with your squad.
Was it under 10?
We gotta ride with your squad sometimes. And I'm gonna go Over. Drew Brees walks in winning 10. So, I mean, that's all I got to say. You know, keep it real quick. Dallas Cowboys, 10 wins. Under.
Yeah.
What you got going there, Doug?
Oh, man. And just real quick, Drew Brees better make sure that goddamn locker room don't turn his ass with his little punk ass comments. But I'm gonna say Cowboys. I'm gonna go over with the Cowboys, man. I can't stand Cowboy fans, man. But I ain't gonna lie. The NFL, it'll feel great having the Cowboys back in contention. I'm gonna go 10.
Yep, but it's not happening. Not happening.
Oh my God.
Not happening. I think that Dallas still has some kinks they need to work out before they can even win 10 games. Can you think about 10 games? We're looking at least for the next 2 years until they find that one quarterback that they are comfortable in. They're starting to get the pieces, but we're still gonna keep seeing a couple 8-8 seasons. So, with that being said, I'm taking the under.
Hey, I'm going under, man. Coaching change. You have ownership who's not. He hasn't said anything about anything yet, and he's supposed to be the.
Oh, he said we're being graceful.
Oh my God!
Yeah, we're going to handle this with grace.
Yeah, he said that,
and we're going to have all the graciousness
several times. several times, like LeBron said, the other players.
All the gracefulnesses.
We going with Tampa Bay 9.5.
Over.
Yeah, over. I got him at 10.
Yeah, I go over with that one too as well. That might be a tough division this year. New England Patriots.
Brady walks in winning 10.
That's somebody who walks in winning 10.
You're right. I should have brought that one out, but you did. We going to New England Patriots 9.5.
Over.
I'm gonna go Patriots over, man. I'm gonna go Patriots over. I don't see nobody but Buffalo challenging them. And while we on that, how y'all feel about Cam Newton's? Y'all hear his comments that he made? He was asked by a reporter, do you feel like you are the number one starter of the team? And Cam was very, very humble by saying, absolutely not. I have a lot I have to work on. He talked about him going to the line, showing that he didn't have the confidence that he had. Things are not firing off in his brain, like mechanically, on what's going on. He talked about seeing Hoyer and Stidham coming to the line, doing things that he couldn't do. I was like, what? But that's the Patriot way. So how, y'all think it's affecting Cam in a negative or a positive way, real quick?
Cam was being very modest in that statement.
You think he was being PC?
He's being very modest. He didn't even say Brian Hoyer's name correct.
He said I was like, Holster. I said, who's Holster? Oh God, I said, who the fuck is Holster? I had to look at the roster, bro.
He's just being very modest, and he's being, and I know that he's being honest.
That's a great point.
He's being honest, knowing that he knows that he's gonna have to be.
Who the fuck is Holster?
He knows he's gonna have to get better in a Belichick team and to have full grasp before.
I think he was being PC too.
But he knows he's gonna be a starter. And for my pick, I will go under because we know that guy over because we know that guy Bill Belichick is another guy
who walks in and wins 10 big sacks.
And I hate to say that with the guy behind the glass, you know what I'm saying? But because I really like shitting on the Patriots. But let's go with the Eagles though, at 9.5. I'll go first on that one. I'll go with the Eagles. I'll go over. They are the division champs in that division. And I think that they are going to be better in Dallas.
9.5? Yeah, I'm going over. They got 4 wins, against the New York Football Giants and the Washington Football Team. So that's also automatic 4.
And I'll say the same thing. Philadelphia is another complete team another team that is another one piece away from being back into those championship contentions, or at least being into elite contentions. And with the injuries they were facing last year, we couldn't really see Philly at its best. But with everybody coming back this year,
and Dougie P top 5 in the league right
now. Yeah,
Dougie P top 5 in the league. You could probably say top 3.
Top 5 coach, huh?
Yeah.
I would definitely take.
You don't think Dougie P top 5
on the over?
It's quality, definitely quality. I don't know about top 5.
Over 9.5. That's right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
So And speaking on them, I think we're gonna see a little bit of Jalen Hurts this year, though.
Oh yeah.
Facts.
Let's go with Pittsburgh. We're gonna keep it in the same state. Pittsburgh at 9.5, same record, same over under 9.5. What do you guys got?
That's a tough division. Like I said, that division is really stacked, and it's really stacked by a bunch of sleeper teams such as Cleveland and Cincinnati. I'm gonna take the over on that. I'm gonna say that the Pittsburgh Steelers are literally going to win that AFC North this year because of their defense. They're gonna be able to stop Lamar, and so I'm gonna take the over.
Oh hell no! And we gonna have to go to the betting block on that.
Oh, yeah.
Them winning the division.
Okay.
They're gonna be third in that division. I got under.
They were second in the division last year.
Was 9.5? Yeah, I got them under.
Under nine games.
One guy over, one guy under. I will go with under.
Oh my God.
Big Ben may be washed up, and he's gonna have to prove it to me this year.
Big facts.
So
and he was saying some pussy shit earlier too, talking about.
He used to be an alcoholic and like be addicted to porn.
No, I'm just talking about on the field stuff.
Oh,
Head's been left real quick.
That's what he said.
These are things that we know, and he's also known for taking a little something.
He was questioning if he can go out there and still take hits. You know what I'm saying? So he ain't been hitting a long time.
I know what he's willing to take.
He's punch drunk.
I know what he's willing to take.
He's punch drunk, bro.
And that ain't no good. We're gonna go with the Buffalo Bills at 9.
Over. And that's and it's weird that they're in the division, and I'm gonna take them over the Patriots. But that Bills Mafia is the fucking truth.
You said over what was it? 10? 9? Just 9
over
flat?
9 games. Yeah.
Oh hell yeah!
I think they're the Bills are now a solid playoff team. And with just all these pieces that they keep getting, Brian Allen, they just signed from the Steelers. With Josh Norman now, I mean, they just keep adding pieces. That team is gonna be scary as long as Josh Allen plays and he keeps getting better.
Yeah, like
fucking gosh, they're going to be a scary team, and they're going to be scary for the Patriots. I got them over.
I agree. They're the favorites for sure.
Yeah,
agreed. I go over. Green Bay Packers 9 wins.
Over.
Over 9 wins.
9 flat.
That's not as easy as it's not as easy as people think.
13. You saying you going under? Saying they're going to have a 5-game pursuit?
They did just win 13 games, but they also just drafted a quarterback. I think that is a big thing to do to your starting quarterback. And A-Rod,
he's A-Rod, man. He's not about to be mentally distracted by that shit.
I'm gonna go with over real quick. I'm gonna go with over just because they won 13 games.
Aaron's another guy who walks in and gets 10.
He walks in and gets 10. I can't stand it. We go with Seattle Seahawks. Still have no receivers though. Seattle Seahawks 9. I go over. I go over.
Under.
Come on, man.
They're under.
Under?
Under.
Wow. What do you got?
Over.
I want to hear your reasoning for under.
Again, man, I think everything just comes down to divisions and where they're at. If you would have asked me that question 3 years ago when Seattle had a prominent, really good defense, yeah, I mean, but Seattle has been really struggling on offense. You already said it. They have no receivers, no offensive real weapons other than Wilson.
So you're saying the Rams and the Cardinals are going to make that much of a
The Cardinals definitely are going to make that much of a noise with one of the best wide receivers in the league and one of the best upcoming basically a poor man's Russell Wilson, who we compared him to. Fuck yeah, and the Cardinals are getting better on defense, and so are the Rams and the 49ers.
Poor man's Russell Wilson, and they got the Russell Wilson
with no receivers though. That poor man Russell Wilson has one of the best receivers in the league. So
well, I was speaking on the Packers with no receivers.
The Seahawks still don't have any.
I mean, let me say. Another guy who walks in, getting you 10.
Oh my!
Is Russell Wilson. He does it every year with talent, without talent. He wills his team to victory. He wins close games. You can never count this guy out. Russell
never
Wilson.
really had anybody over there though.
DK Mac.
Who's he ever had?
He's had.
I mean, he had Lockett. He had some guys,
Yeah.
bro. But
DK Metcalf is not going to be enough in that division. Again, in that division, where talent is just going to be, where offensive is really the weapon now in that division. Seattle just doesn't have it. They just don't have the firepower.
Build that team to 10.
Yep.
There's no question about it.
I agree.
You got the Indianapolis Colts at 9.
That's someone I'll take over.
Well, question real quick. What if we have a team that goes 9, 5-1? Does that one count as a half?
That's 15 games.
Yeah, I think that's.
Well, yeah, y'all know that. Well, 9-6-1.
Does that count? No,
That's 9.
That's 9.
Okay, go
That's
ahead.
That's 9.
I got Indianapolis on the over.
What was it? 9?
9.
Yeah.
9 games. They won 7 games last year with a quarterback situation. Jacoby Brissett was but now that you add Phillip Rivers, someone who can really slam the rock, yeah, they're
Under.
definitely over.
I forgot. Phillips is over there under.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, you know.
So because Phillip goes over there, they go under. They're gonna win less than 9
If
games.
Jacoby was playing, I would say 9 or more. Yep.
I don't care who's behind the helm. They're not winning 9 games. And
Under 9.
And you can talk about. Man, when we shoot dice, man, we say Nina Ross, man, they ain't getting on Nina Ross. They are not going to do it, man. They got lucky last year. And with Phillip Rivers, you want to talk about washed up. This dude's washed up, washed out, and he's fucking out of here.
How is it saying? It's just like Matthew Stafford.
Stafford's not washed.
Just like Matthew Stafford.
Washed.
If Phillip Rivers is probably more competitive and in more games,
Ain't dropping 4,000 a year, brother.
Washed up,
y'all niggas tripping, bro.
washed out, and out of here.
He had 4,000 last year.
Terrible.
He was fourth in the NFL for throwing. How is that terrible? Fourth. He fourth.
Check his untimely
Fourth.
picks. Check his untimely.
He was
pick.
30th. He was 30th in the league for interceptions.
He had a nice receiving core over there too.
Oh, now it's the receiver.
Untimely picks.
Y'all are crazy,
Untimely
man.
picks.
Y'all crazy, man. Y'all are crazy.
They were going to win games, and you know what Phillip Rivers did? Threw a pick every goddamn time it was important.
Okay.
Get Phillip Rivers out of here. Get the Colts out of here. We'll go to the Vikings at 9, and I'm going over.
The Vikings at 9 over there with the Bears, Lions, Packers, and the Vikings. Over.
Over.
All right. Let's keep it moving real quick. So we gonna go. Oh, everybody's over on that. Finally, we have conferred one time, and we came together and showed a little bit of solidarity. You guys are coming around to Goodknight's side. So let's go where we leave off with the Vikings. We're gonna go with the Tennessee Knight and the rest of the crew. We all going over with that. We don't see where they're coming up with that. You know.
8.5. Jeez.
I mean, down there with 8. So let's go. Let's keep it moving real quick. We're gonna go with this loaded baked potato of a team. The Cleveland Browns at 8 wins.
Ooh-wee. Loaded, boy. They got the bacon, the sour cream, the chives, boy.
They got it all over there.
The chili, the cheese.
They really have it all at Cleveland, and I think
the butter.
that they're gonna get it today.
8 wins? Jesus, come on now. I got over.
What?
I got over.
You got over? Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take the over on that too. They're definitely better than 8 wins, if you ask me.
Another team with a new coach, unproven young guy. Let's go with the under, and let's see Odell Beckham move up out of there after this year. So let's keep it moving. What we got next? We have the Los Angeles Rams at 8, and I'll go with a astounding over on that.
I'm going under.
Under like shit.
I'm going
The
under.
Rams are on a fast decline into a place where they previously were. Definitely.
There used to be a song back in my day. MCA used to sing it, man. He said, man, your shit is sorrier than the Rams. So the Rams were a doormat of a team for a long time. And heads think they're going back there, but I think Sean Payton's going to keep it up, revitalize his team, and bring them back, make a few changes as a new school coach does, and keep it moving.
Sean McVay.
Sean McVay. I'm all off today.
Jalen Ramsey, Cooper Kupp. You know they got decent weapons, but
I think he's gonna make some changes.
And Sean McVay's also a top 5 coach in the league. I just don't think he's gonna be able to
Man, you throwing around these top fives.
I was just gonna say that. You named about 3 coaches that you
I really just said 2.
I mean, you said
said
2.
2, literally.
You said 2, but you said 2, so there must be a strong 3 up ahead of them. A strong 3 up ahead of them. Because, but I mean, Sean McVay, I think he's gonna make the necessary changes to keep this team relevant and keep it not going back to obscurity. In that new stadium, they're gonna have.
You said over?
Over.
Over.
All right. So let's go with the the Rams at 8, and that is a rapid decline. I mean rapid because
they were just in the Super Bowl 2 years ago.
Just with another team that's walking with 10. But let's go with the we are at the Rams. Let's go with the Chicago Bears at 8.
I think I'm gonna take the over with that, and I'm basing that over on Nick Foles winning 9 games. He's definitely gonna start over Trubisky, hopefully. But yeah, I'm taking the over.
So if you think they're gonna win 8, what is that over?
Even.
That's
Right?
That's even if they win.
Even.
If they win 8, you break even.
Yeah, I got 8 games for them.
It's going even. Going even, huh? I'm going under. Can't stand the Bears. Denver Broncos local. I'm gonna hear a lot of hate going on here, but Broncos at 8.
I don't hate the horse heads.
No, I think the Broncos are honestly a scary team. They're one of the that's an over. I think they could. I'm rooting for the Broncos in that division. They have probably the second best scary. No, they have the scariest defense in that division. The quarterback plays was really going to change for the Broncos. The quarterback play is the only X factor with the Broncos, depending on how they play. But I'm still going to take them on the over. I think that quarterback Drew Lock. I think he is getting comfortable, and I think that's going to be nice next year. So I'm definitely going to take one over on that.
Yeah, I mean, I always root for the Broncos. You know what I'm saying? I can't call myself a fan because I'm not. It would be disrespectful to, you know what I'm saying, guys like yourself. You're a fan, you know what I'm saying? I live in Denver. I would love to see them win a championship every year. I'm here. It would be very great for the economic system here. So, I mean, I'm going over.
I'm going to go over, but you know what? Every year, man, we give you guys honorary chances to come over to the Broncos side.
So see, you can't give nobody.
If you want, I guess you don't want to accept that invitation. Come honorary member of the Bronco community. You know what I'm saying?
I'm not about to get my heart broke by paying my homes every year. I got enough to deal with.
We're going to go with the Chargers. And Chargers at...
who is over there now?
The Chargers at 7.5 games.
Who's their 7.5? Who's their quarterback?
Under. They might Tyrod Taylor.
I
like Tyrod.
They drafted a quarterback.
I like Tyrod.
7? Tyrod's
7.5.
In the division.
Justin Herbert is the one they drafted, the one from Oregon.
I got under.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with the Charger with over. I seen Tyrod Taylor take the Buffalo Bills to the playoffs before. So I'm going to ride with, they're going to get over 7.
That's crazy.
And that horrendous ass, it was some team better do something.
Tyrod Taylor doesn't have the arm strength to be able to utilize receivers like Keenan Allen and Mike Williams. And Jalen, like that receiving core, he doesn't have the arm strength. Tyrod Taylor is a mobile quarterback first. His name is T-Mobile, so I don't think that's a good fit. I don't think I'm taking the under.
Hey, we all have our reasons for this season. Atlanta Falcons at 7.5 wins.
The disrespect.
And yeah, that was grimy. That's
man.
grimy.
What man?
Another team, as Hens would say, on a rapid decline.
Over 7 games.
7.5. Let's pick them.
We've been like for one. Let's not act like we've been at full. We've been riddled with injuries. You know what I'm saying? Riddled with injuries. After the Super Bowl, we had crazy injury after injury on top of dealing with 28-3.
Understood.
Like, man, come on, man. It's not like we've been at full stretch of playing like trash.
Understood.
Bro.
Are you going over? You're
over 7 games, man. Do I have to say this?
We're making picks. What you got there, Hens?
I'm definitely gonna go with the over. Like, just like you said, last year you guys were riddled with injuries, and we've seen that in the first half of the season. But towards that last half, they only lost 2 games. After that bye week, once everyone got healthy, Atlanta only lost 2 games, and I feel like that's also a trend that will continue on with an addition of one of the best college running backs we've probably ever seen in Todd Gurley. And I think adding that explosiveness in the backfield for Atlanta and having Matt Ryan someone to hand it off to, over.
I'll go even with that. With the loss of Kyle Shanahan came with the rapid decline. So they're gonna have to find somebody to get that offense going again. You lost all your backs are gone. I mean, you did bring in Gurley. If he was still great, why would the Chargers get rid of him?
They couldn't pay him. They couldn't pay him. It wasn't talent. Good night. It wasn't talent. It wasn't talent.
Dig into me right
It
now.
wasn't talent.
Really not. Todd Gurley hasn't really done anything in the past 2 years.
It wasn't talent.
But let's move on. I said even. I didn't go under. I'm not really hating. I'm just going with my quick thoughts that as the departure of Shanahan came the rapid decline of the Chargers. That's all I would say.
We got about 11 more.
We're going to go with the Houston Texans. Real quick, 7.5 games. I will go with the over.
Yeah, I'm going over 7.5.
I'm going under, man.
Under.
I'm going under.
D-Hop's going to destroy him like
I
that?
think Bill O'Brien. I think he destroyed them. Like,
Man, Bill O'Brien's a top 5. I'm just
I think the way he treated the D-Hop situation is gonna cause some friction within every single player in that locker room, and they're gonna be under, man.
That might be one of the worst coach's decisions in NFL.
Oh yeah.
Bill O'Brien's a piece of crap. Get him out of here. And let's get Houston back on the right road. You know what I'm saying? He will be fired after this year. I don't even know how he made it through this
year, right?
You know what I'm saying? Arizona Cardinals at 7.5. Let's speed it up. I'm going over.
Over.
All right. Another show of solidarity here. Let's go with the Las Vegas Raiders with 7.5.
I'm going over.
Yeah.
I'm going over.
Yeah, I'm gonna go over too.
I'll go over Gruden because, but anyway.
Chucky top 5.
Let's go with the Jets at 7.
Under.
I'll go with the under.
Under like a motherfucker.
All right.
They just didn't they get rid of Jamal Adams?
Yes.
With that, no.
They got a shitload of picks for it though. But
but
they still got Le'Veon out there. You know what I'm saying?
He's not enough.
He ain't done shit.
Yeah, let's go with the Detroit Lions at 6.5.
Well, they'll never ever get over that under. The Detroit Lions are in a place to where they will never recover from. If it was up to me, we would get rid of football in Detroit. Period. Michigan does not need football, but
it does seem like they kind of cursed, man. What was it? 6? What was it?
Not kind of, bro. It's cursed football out there, man. It's cursed football.
What was it? 6?
6.5.
I'm going over 6.5.
All right, man. So Miami Dolphins at. We're going to my bad. New York Giants at 6.5. I'm gonna go under on that real quick.
Yeah, the Giants. Yeah.
Under.
Under.
Miami Dolphins at 6. I'll go over.
I'm going over.
Under.
Carolina Panthers at 5.5.
Under.
I will go over.
I'm going over on that too.
Cincinnati Bengals at 5.5.
Under.
I'm going over. I got Joe Burrow doing some things.
It didn't work out this offseason.
At least 6.
It didn't work out this offseason. No offseason. You're a rookie and you're finna come back. Under. There's no fucking way he's finna come out and do.
I'll go with the over on that one.
5.5, right?
Washington football team. Yeah. Yes, sir. 5.
Over under 5?
Yeah.
I'm going even.
Under.
Football team even.
I'm gonna see Alex Smith coming back at the helm, and I'm gonna go over. Jacksonville Jaguars at 4.5, the lowest rated team that we have.
I'm gonna take the over on that one, man. I'm gonna take the over on that one.
I'm gonna take the over too, man. I think what's the
Garner Minshew.
Minshew. Yeah, Minshew.
Garner Minshew.
Minshew mania.
Yeah, I'm starting to feel it this year. I'm starting to feel it this year. I mean, as a professional football team, you got to win more than 4 games.
Man, he can keep that. He can keep that porn stash.
Shit.
What was it, 4?
Keep that porn stash.
Jesus Christ.
I mean, y'all just want to go straight into the fourth quarter real quick? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just finished, man. We got 2 of our favorite segments going on. We got Keep It Up Band or Shut the Fuck Up. And I'm going to let my man go ahead and take it off real quick. Let's do this thing.
Oh, man. All right. We just got a couple. Let's start with Chad Ochocinco. You know, he always opens his mouth and says some crazy ass shit. So, Chad Ochocinco said, I always nutted on my gloves before games.
Whoa.
I didn't trust anyone except my own kids to catch that ball. If Chad Ochocinco keeping it in bed, does he need to shut the fuck up?
Man, too much information, man. Shut the fuck up. Nobody wants
Yeah,
to hear that
man.
shit.
I don't want to hear that.
He's a fucking weirdo, bro.
That's creep, man.
I don't even understand what he's talking about. Like, nothing makes sense.
None of it. Like, what are you doing with? Why are you doing any of that with football gloves? Like, what? Like, I don't get it.
Yeah, and then catch the balls. And I didn't get it, bro. I didn't get it. Okay. So KP, Kendrick Perkins, the Perky, he y'all know he be riding on anything LeBron train. So he was on the AD DPOY train, and he was kind of upset that he didn't get it, saying congratulations to Giannis on getting the DPOY. On the other hand, watch for a pissed off AD because he got robbed. Do you think he's keeping it bad, or does he need to shut the fuck up?
Kendrick Perkins needs to shut the fuck up.
I think Kendrick was keeping it in bed. I think he was keeping it in bed. I do think the media was caught up on, because he also elaborated into some of the media people was getting caught up into these deep statistical numbers, and I think they did when it came to Giannis. I think he won it because his numbers looked better. In certain, it's like AD had more blocks and steals.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? All Giannis really had was more rebounds. But if you take the eye test, I think AD's impact on the Lakers defensively was more.
Yeah. Well, no. I think at the end of the day, I can see what Kendrick Perkins is saying, but at the end of the day, it's not about stats, about the MVP. It's about overall impact, and that team is not the same without Giannis. I think Giannis's impact is overall greater than AD's, to whereas AD's playing with LeBron James, you feel me, and Giannis is playing with Chris Middleton. So I definitely feel like I can see what he's saying, but there's clearly one MVP this year.
I mean, just one thing to say about my take about shut the fuck up. I've never seen an angry Anthony Davis. So let's move to the next one.
I agree. I've been calling for it. I've been calling for it. All right. After your sorry to bring this heads, but after your Philadelphia 76ers got the brooms, you know what I'm saying, got cleaned up out of there. Embiid was in his press conference and he was asked by an interviewer. So, can you tell us what's the issues going on in the locker room? Is it the team is not made up? The roster's not made up right? Is it coaching? Is it the bubble? Let us know what's going on. Embiid started that by saying, first of all, that's a stupid question. And then went on to elaborate about all the problems that he had. So does Embiid does he keep it 100? Was he keeping it 100 right there, or does he need to shut the fuck up?
Oh, Embiid is keeping it 100, man. The season's over, man. Let it all be told. He might be upset because they're giving him old memes also, or gifts or whatever.
Yeah, you seen that? It's a commercial with Embiid. They still keep giving him old memes. I know what you're talking about. Yeah, I think I can see what he's saying, man. I can see what he's saying. That sometimes that is a dumb question. Like, why would you ask me that? But you know, why would you? It's your job. I get it. It's your job. Why are you asking me all these questions? Stupid question to ask at the time. Yeah, bro, it's a dumbass question to ask a man who just lost, an elimination game. A man who just got swept. It's a dumbass question to ask. But so I can see what he's saying just from the human side of that. And as far as him, letting it all loose, just like Goodknight said, season's over. That's not the only rumors we're hearing out in Philly. So shit, let it all be heard. I mean,
man,
let it all out.
Dude, shit like that is the reason why he can't take that step to being a player that he needs to be. He needs to shut the fuck up. If that was a stupid question, he had a more stupider answer by the shit that he said. It made no fucking sense. But to move on, man, one of my guys, Al Smith, posted on Facebook the other day, Luka already the greatest European player ever. You keep it in the band, or is he gonna shut the fuck up?
I think. Well, no, nope, not ever. Because I still know a European player by the name of Dirk Nowitzki that has a ring. That's the one I've seen. You guys probably know somebody else that got but
You're taking Dirk over Luka?
Just right now, because one has a ring.
Shut the fuck up. And I'm with his. That guy. Shut the fuck up. He's not there yet. He's not there yet.
I think bro was keeping in the band, man.
What?
I think he was keeping in the band. Yep. And I started arguing with him at first, and I thought about it, and I was fighting a different fight, and I was thinking international because that's been our thing. So I was thinking about Hakeem and shit like that, and I started thinking specifically European players. Dirk is literally the only guy, and in hindsight. You saying you taking Dirk in hindsight, right? Like prime Dirk.
I'll take prime Dirk.
Dirk at 21 was a scrawny little pussy. Like I'm taking, and that made me realize he's on to something. So I think he was keeping the band. Real shit. I think he was keeping the band on that. Real quick before we move into Star and Cinema, can I get that Kobe graphic real quick, my brother? So it was a conversation on Kobe Day about what should be the Kobe statue. I've shown you the picture. I've shown you which one do you think it should be. If you have a different Kobe moment, elaborate on what you think the statue should look like.
Right.
Outside of Staples Center.
I'm gonna let y'all go first.
I'll go with B.
You gonna go with B? B is the moment when Kobe Bryant won his 5th ring. He's standing on top of the podium. He got his arms out, ball in hand, and he celebrating with the confetti coming down. What you got, Hez?
Well, it's this one for me. I feel like this one is just I don't know which number that is.
That's actually not on here.
It's not on there. Well, you can't talk about the bean if you're not talking about the fist pump. You're not talking about. You're not talking about the fist pump. You're not. So I think that one should be definitely on there. That's got to be a
oh man, I'm actually gonna choose one that's not on here either, man. The moment when Kobe hit the buzzer, he had to show the nipple. You know what I mean? I'm gonna go with that one right there, man. Kobe was the guy, man. Kobe was the guy. But what you got for the start and sit,
right,
man?
We got some tough ones, man. I put together for y'all.
For the people who don't know,
we got
let them know
we got
what we're doing.
We got a segment. It's called Stardom Cinema. Putting 2 players of great talent head to head.
Yes, sir.
Both on the roster. Who you got?
Who you got? You got start one, sit one.
Okay.
Allen Iverson versus Russell Westbrook.
That's a good one.
Stardom Cinema.
That's a great one. I'm gonna go with Russell Westbrook though.
For what?
Explosiveness. He's more of a
start.
Yeah, just start him. I'm gonna start him, and because Russell Westbrook is more explosive and more he can score the ball and he's more team oriented than Allen Iverson. So I'll start Russell because of that reason.
I'm starting Allen Iverson. He is he's the best basketball player we've ever seen, pound for pound. I'm going Allen Iverson.
I'm going AI all day. I mean, I'm going AI. You know what I'm saying? I not a lot to say about it. Just AI.
He's the answer.
That's the motherfucking answer.
He's the answer.
All right, I got another one, man. See if I can keep making it tough on you fellas. I'm going with Ray Allen versus Reggie Miller.
I'm gonna go with Reggie Miller, and I've never seen Reggie play personally, but I remember watching this 30 for 30 called "Winning Time" in New York, and I seen one of the most spectacular plays I've ever seen, or at least a review of it. Is when Reggie
12
Miller.
seconds?
Yes. Clap.
Yeah.
Gets the steal, come back.
Smack
Clap.
that.
And to me, I mean, Ray Allen's had some some cool shit, but that shit right there was just legendary. Like that's iconic. So I'm gonna go Reggie Miller. I'm gonna start Reggie Miller.
Yeah, that's one of the best basketball moments, highlights ever to remember, especially under Reggie's catalog. Man, that shit was fucking amazing how they came back and won that game. But I'm going with Jesus. I mean, and it's not even close if you ask me.
Jesus said a word versus
It's not even close.
I'll go Reggie Miller. Reggie Miller have him some chips.
Yeah.
If Jordan wasn't around.
Yep.
But another word, if was a fifth, we all be drunk, right?
Facts.
We seen that on the last show. Earl Campbell versus Derrick. Earl Campbell versus Derrick Henry. I don't know. You know anything about Earl Campbell?
I know a little bit about Earl Campbell, but I'm still gonna take Derrick Henry. Are y'all serious? Derrick Henry is like, I mean, come on now. I'm looking at dude's highlight. I'm looking at Earl Campbell's highlights. They're not even the same. Derrick Henry, I'm gonna start him. That's all needs to be said. That's all needs to be said.
I'm going Earl Campbell all day.
Yeah, I'm
Dude
going.
is a freaking beast.
Yeah, I'm going to Earl Campbell as well.
I don't even think he could walk right now, but he sure is running over some people. Boy.
I'm going Earl as well.
Earl Campbell was the man. You don't know what highlight you watching over
So
there.
can King Henry though. King Henry is in his second year in the league, doing damage like he's doing damage. Not a second year. I'm tripping.
We got a guy, Tim Archuleta, made a comment on my thing. He said all day going Reggie Miller on the last one.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So you know what? We're gonna go Barry. This is another tough one. Barry Sanders versus Bo Jackson. Who y'all got?
It's not tough at all.
Bo. I'm going with Bo.
Bo knows.
I'm going with Bo. Yeah.
Bo knows.
Yeah, I'm going with Bo.
Barry is the GOAT, the greatest running back of all time. Are you kidding me?
I'm not. Bo Jackson might be the greatest athlete of all time.
Running back athlete is different.
I didn't say it was the same.
Potential. You know what I'm saying? Potential.
Bo knows.
no,
It's not even close.
I'm going Barry Sanders.
You can't do all. Yeah, no, I'm going.
Man, Bo Jackson is by far the most cheatingest character on any game ever. If y'all know, you probably don't know about this head.
Tecmo Bowl.
Bo Jackson,
I don't know.
cheating son of a bitch.
Just run around in circles. That's it. Run around in circles. That's it.
I'm going Barry Sanders, man. We can't go off of potential, but Tecmo Bowl or Bo Jackson, man, you couldn't be stopped. Man. That was some crazy things going on. For my last and final one of the day, we're gonna go with Megatron versus T.O.
Damn, man, give me some toughies. I need something tough, man. I'm going with Terrell, bro.
That's not tough to you?
Hell no, it's not even close, man.
I'm going with Megatron.
What?
I'm going with Calvin the Freak Johnson. Like, I don't know how. Like, what? You don't think Calvin Johnson is? Do you think that's not easy? That's not easy at all. T.O. is just that much better than Calvin Johnson.
I'm saying I don't have to. It's not to diminish anything that Calvin is.
No.
That's how great T.O. is. We're talking about the second. Arguably, he's top 3, but arguably second to Jerry. You want to put Moss in there? He's top 3.
He's behind Calvin.
What?
Should I just start calling you the stat guy? I'm gonna call you the stat guy because it's all it's all about stats.
Yeah.
I see it's all about stats.
No, it's not.
I mean, I'm true indeed. T.O. is second on every list, and I'm gonna end this quick. Megatron. I'm gonna go with Megatron.
Okay.
Megatron was one of the best.
The great thing about starting 6, you can't go wrong.
6'5".
Can't go
He
wrong.
runs a 4.2, man. 4.3. Fast human being.
Man, Terrell just tried to run again. Terrell is still
Not as big,
still play.
but he's not as big as Calvin Johnson. That's the difference. Calvin Johnson has the size, the speed, the height, everything. And
one thing I can say about T.O., man. Oh man,
Nobody worked harder than T.O.,
Might make
bro.
me want to switch, and I will go T.O. I'm gonna switch to T.O. because of that performance that he put up in the Super Bowl with the Eagles with a broken leg. I will go with T.O. And thanks for joining in. Next time you see us, like, join, share, and do all those type of things. This is Game Point on the R Network, and we out. Rack 6, aka Mr.
face. We locked in with my nigga Uncle Tux, our network.
We finna count up this 100 and go crazy. Hit the mall with my little baby and go
So
crazy.
focused. I'm in such a good place, you know what I'm saying, in my head, in my heart, in my life. You know, it's nothing that can distract me right now. You know what I'm saying? Like I done been through hell and back. You know what I'm saying? So it's like everybody seen that Ghost episode, that Power episode where Ghost was like, "Can't nobody stop me. You can't stop me." He telling everybody like, "Nigga, you can't stop me either." You know what I mean? Like it's that energy. You know what I'm saying? And you know, I feel like all of the greats, they have that energy. If you go and talk to LeBron, he's gonna tell you, "Nigga, can't nobody fuck with me." You go talk to Steph Curry, he's gonna tell you the same thing. Can't nobody fuck with me. You know what I mean? Kawhi Leonard, can't nobody fuck with me. You know what I mean? So it's just that energy. You know? And I ain't tried it. Don't get me wrong. The nigga in me wants to so bad. You hear me? I'm a firm believer in, you know, them conducting experiments on us. You know what I'm saying? And you know, shit like that. If they wanted to poison black people, all they gotta do is really put that shit in the chicken sandwich, though. Like, niggas is going to go get it. Man, y'all can find me on all social platforms. I'm on Snapchat, G6 Go Hard. I'm on Instagram, 100rack6. I am on Facebook, 100rack6. iTunes, 100rack6. YouTube, 100rack6. You feel me? Back in with
Out the mud, now I'm on. 30 off of these, 40 off of those.
we got a Box Boy album dropping summer 2020. So everybody look out for that. That shit gonna be dope. We actually just sat down and made it official that we gonna do that. So yeah, y'all be on the lookout for that too. Box Boy's coming back at you fast.
I'm winning, choose up on this ism in this hoe. Been on the road with a bag face. Kitchen cooking hoes with a bag face. And I be sending hoes for the bag face. At a fast rate, we can have a